time for the third video. Just adding to the backlog, you know? This backlog is gonna be insane. And I have announcement videos and stuff to throw in here too, and a full review. And I hope you see this right after you saw the last video. But who knows, maybe you won't see it for a couple weeks. Life is crazy right now. Okay, what's in this package was a pretty awesome trade. I am a big fan of this trade. It was not necessarily in my favor. It was to an extent, like I got the good end of the stick on my end. Not like I duped the guy or the guy had much higher value. I just was put in a very good scenario. But this is an EPS Bally. I'm very excited for this. I traded a mint Tonto Kraken blade and some cash for this guy. And I've wanted to try one of these guys for a long time. Haven't even seen a YouTube video on this. This is the EPS 101 V3. EPS, hope you're watching this. You make some cool stuff. Interesting. I'm gonna pause right here and go give my friends who are sneaking up on me, or trying to, some new stuff to flip. Crossfire and link flips are right outside my door. They watching me yet? I can hear you guys. This thing is really good. It's basically like a Kraken competitor, I should say. It's very different from a Kraken, obviously. But if I'm right, this is 7075 aluminum bushings D2 blade, which is not the Kraken blade steel from what I can remember. But same handle material. It's quite unique. Comparing this to a stock V3 Kraken, I've flipped many of them. I've owned like 5 of them in the last 6 months. And this is a lot more unique. This has the uniqueness of a speed channel Kraken, basically, from my first thoughts at least. It's a lot more round than a Kraken. It's honestly a little bit, I know EPS is gonna hate this. I don't know, the grip, it's almost there. It needs something here. That's what I'm feeling. I haven't seen a company do this, but EPS, just hear me out. What if you put a texturing on here? Just like this texture, but just right here. Or even just a Kraken line, or a speed channel. Just anything. I'm really feeling it's kind of slippery there. More than I would normally. But this thing has some very EPS-esque design language, I'm noticing. First thing, that right there. You see how the handles just taper right at the bottom? It's just like a Wraith. A tie Wraith or just normal Wraith, they both do that. It's just a very unique thing that EPS is known for now. They got the EPS blade shape with like the wings, and it looks super cool. Kind of unique. I personally am not a fan of this Weehawk blade shape at all. I would much prefer a Bowie blade. I wonder if my tie Wraith blade would fit on here. I probably won't try it, but that would be at the point when I'd probably buy one of these. Is if it had a Bowie blade. Or like their new Diamond Tonto. Trying to learn some new stuff if you can't tell. Another thing that EPS has been doing a lot lately, they've kind of strayed away from it now, I guess. But I guess they've always done this. They're doing it less now. Is these tunable Zen pins, which I personally hate. I hate tunable Zen pins. press fit all the way or hidden Zen pin, as they've been doing with the Tie Wraith now. But it doesn't really affect anything. It's just sometimes if you don't Loctite them, you may have to change it. And also, if you're somewhat inexperienced or you just want to mess with them a lot, they strip pretty easy because they're like T8 or T6. These are T8. I have seen T6 ones though, which are garbage. The build quality on this 101B3 feels very solid. There's no play, nothing. It's bouncy as heck. I guess it does have a little bit of play. I just wasn't feeling any wiggle. But it's just overall very solid. Give a full tolerance and sound test. By the way, stay till the end of the video because I got a fun little thing I'm borrowing in there that I'd love to talk about. This is bouncier than a Kraken, for sure. So yeah, EPS kind of went crazy with this. This is my first time ever really flipping a 101, and it's really good. I am missing the grip, just on the sides. The jimping feels good. And that's kind of all I'm missing. Like, it's on the unique side, which if you watched my last video, you know, uniqueness for me is usually turns me away from it. But this is borderline too unique. I could definitely flip this consistently and have a good time with it and have it stay in my collection. It's not going to, because it's part of the trade-up challenge. If you want this thing and I haven't sold it yet, hit me up. But I think it's really good. I want to directly compare it to a Kraken, even though it's slightly cheaper. And you know what? Because I want to directly compare it to a Kraken, let me break open this thing, because I'm doing like a little handle swap for a guy, Eric Galvin, good buddy of mine. He sent me this. It's a Bally to handle swap and a Bally to borrow for a little bit. Come on. Unboxing spoon. Don't fail me now. Man. Never question the power of a good spoon. The man. Okay. What a tape job. Okay. It's starting to get a little messy over here. Okay, this would be the Kraken. So let me just compare it to a stock Kraken real fast. And then we'll look at that last thing, which you can probably tell what it is. This is actually like a mithril Kraken, which is pretty cool. Maybe. Or it might just be gunmetal. But it's got the acid wash blade. Holy, this thing needs a tune. I see what you were talking about, Eric. Wow. This thing is very standard. This is like the gold standard for aluminum Balisongs. If it's worse than a Kraken, maybe it's not worth it. If it's on par with the Kraken, go for it. If it's unique and just as good as the Kraken, definitely buy it. The sound and tolerance test would not be fair at all with this thing. That's horrible. But just comparing it to this thing, yeah, I think the EPS 101V3 is underrated. I haven't seen anyone make a video on it. I see them on the market all the time for significant price drops. I think you guys need to give it a shot. I don't know if you can buy them right now from EPS. I know you can find them on the market basically every day. And I think it's a very serious Kraken competitor, but not all the way. It's more like a Kraken teammate, you know? It flips just as good as a Kraken. Sounds a little better, but the unique factor makes it less of a competitive flipper. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Yeah, this thing is very cool. It's probably, yeah, that thing hasn't been dulled. I should have been more careful. Whatever, I made it. Now, last thing. We got this super long Replicant with an MC blade, very cool. These are like Foxfire liners or whatever. I think it's very light. I actually like that a lot. I don't like the zippy extensions. I'm not a fan. But these scales are really cool. They're just round with no pattern. Eric, this thing is sick. Good tune for a rep too, holy. I have a rep coming in, by the way, that I got from the trade up challenge, but will keep for research purposes. And I won't make a video on it, that's why I'm telling you. But I'm gonna have a rep in my collection. I'm sure it'll be the intro to a video or something. But yeah, this rep's pretty cool. Okay, thank you, Eric, for sending this stuff out for me to check out and fix up. And thank you, EPS, for making such an awesome knife. I hope more people check this out. Definitely slept on.